Seb, good morning. It's your 10th appearance here in Argentina. Do you think this might be the special one?
Well, it's going to be a challenging rally. We see that the conditions are quite slippery already this morning, and tomorrow we expect a hard start of the rally. But at least there won't be any road sweeping this weekend.
Do you know what? Sébastien Ogier, how many times has he been first on the road here, John? And then the year he isn't, the rain comes in. He told us last night that Thierry Neuville really does a good rain dance.
The Thierry Neuville dance rain.
Dance rain, yeah. He called it a dance rain, and then he was like, rain dance.
I don't think anybody really will want to be first on the road tomorrow, bearing in mind what has happened to the Friday stages, because of weather like I have never heard or seen on, what was it, Wednesday night all through Thursday. It has made this particularly challenging and much different to last year, reminiscent of, I think it was 2017, when we had a very rainy shakedown and similar stuff on the recce as well. But conditions are going to be mind-blowing. And the simple task this morning is to find out how slippery Argentina is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, I've taken the blame for what happened in Corsica with Elvin.
Really?
He shook his hand and I said it was me. If you need someone to blame, it was me. It's called the commentator's curse.
We know it well, John, we know it well. So Elfyn Evans into our shakedown stage this morning, and of course there is bound to be big expectations of what he can deliver. Ott Tänak's just completed with the fastest time of a 2:34.9, and again, after last year's superb run from Ott, a lot of people will be looking to see what he can deliver this year. It's exciting. Again, we come into a rally where multiple drivers can win. Throw in now this new element of a lot of bad weather that we've experienced. Could make Friday exceptionally interesting. Friday's a very tough day. You have rough stages and you have high speed. So both of those coupled together make for possibly the toughest day of the rally. You know, a lot of people will say, someday, El Condor, Mina Clavero with those rough, rocky stages. But the key factor there is they're slow stages. They're first, second, maybe up to third gear on Mina Clavero in parts. Because it is so slow, it is rough, but it's very slow. It's Friday, which is the real key day here.
It all looks great for the cleverest driver, and I think that brings Argentina into the kind of terrain where Turkey was. It's not the fastest, it's the smartest guy who's going to win. So rather than looking for the most experienced, or maybe looking for the fastest guy out there, look for the cleverest.
It is going to be a clever driver who wins it. It's a balancing act of speed and making sure you're looking after the car on these very rough stages. You know, the drivers will get down to bedrock, and I've driven these stages, and you come away from it thinking, how on earth do they manage to get the cars through? How does the co-driver cope bouncing around constantly? Remember, we did a feature last year with Scott Martin, just getting thrown about, trying to read the notes, constantly bumpy, very, very rough. It's a tough, demanding rally for all involved, but it's one of the most exciting to watch, and we hope you're going to be with us for the whole weekend on All Live. Make sure you don't miss a moment. It is going to be epic. Let's see what the time is then from Evans. It's 4 seconds off Tänak's pace through there, so a 2:38.9 for Evans. It's Tänak, Neuville, Ogier, Evans in that order through the stage so far in terms of speed.
I don't think they need to think about speed too much or how they compare to others on this today. I think this is just a case of making sure you feel more confident and more comfortable when you come out of shakedown than you did when you went in.
Absolutely. Molly Pettit then is talking to our drivers for us. Let's find out Elvin's impressions of the conditions and how the car is feeling out on shakedown.
Good morning. With the success you've had in the last few rallies, what's the feeling for this weekend?
Yeah, obviously looking forward to the weekend. Obviously it's a bit of a different dynamic again here in Argentina. It's going to be a tough weekend probably, but looking forward to it.
Yep, it's going to be a tough weekend all round. Chris Meek, another man who has taken victory here. He talked yesterday about what it was like on the recce. So yesterday's recce day, just to give you some kind of comprehension of what it was like, it was full rain yesterday, huge electrical storms. The conditions changed very much from obviously what they had the day before. he was talking about the mud, the slipperiness. He was calling, he was talking about black mud. Sounded like blacktop, but black mud, which you got onto, which was incredibly slippery, like being on ice.
A lot of it will cling to the cars as they go through the stages, through the loop, and it will stay on there. And by the end, they could be carrying the weight of a small person in there with 40, 50 kilograms of mud that could be stuck to that car. So it could be one of the essentials of the weekend. Could be scraping it off and making sure that you're not going around with a weight disadvantage.
So Chris Meek and Seb Marshall then safely through on their first run of the shakedown test here in Argentina. Good morning from South America. Not quite a beautiful day, but we do believe the sun is going to make an appearance at some point this weekend.
Argentina's like this sometimes.
Oh, it is. It's like autumn, isn't it?
In 2015, when Chris won, I am sure I remember him coming out of the fog and the low cloud on the Condor and taking the win. Same with Hayden.
Chris, good morning. You're always very good at painting the picture for us. What have we got in store this weekend?
It's going to be messy. It's going to be muddy out there for sure. Yeah, the amount of rain we had yesterday. We don't know, the stages here drain quite quickly because they're sandy, but for sure there's going to be a lot of places to hold water, and there's going to be a lot of intermittent muddy places, which yeah, it's going to be difficult without a safety crew to tell you where they are, you know, because we haven't seen the stages since Wednesday, so let's see.
Let's switch to Esapekalapi now, Jarne Firm. It's their first time in Argentina last year, of course. Brand new team, brand new car for them this time around.
Got in touch with Hayden after Targo. I said, come on, you've won here. Give Mark my card. He's going to do well. He said, I have as much clue as you do. I said, thank you very much. Welcome to my world. I thought you might be able to help me out at least. But that is Argentina. It's not that the best guy wins here. Argentina is the one that hands out victory and has done to very, I mean, he's been very democratic about it down the years, hasn't he? Jari-Matti, Ott Tänak, Chris Meek, Hayden, Thierry Neuville, all sorts of different people have come here and won.
And the fans will be on standby to see who is going to be the victor this weekend. Already we're seeing hundreds of people out watching Shakedown. The passion of the fans here at this event is something incredible.
Rain or shine.
But as soon as you arrive in Villa Carlos Paz, you feel the buzz. You feel that. Yeah, absolutely it is. And they wait, you know, a whole year for it to come back. But it is a special atmosphere. As soon as you drive in to Villa Carlos Paz, rally fever just captures you. It really does. And no, the weather is not going to put off any of these guys and girls this weekend. They will be out in force as ever on the stages.
EP, first run through Shakedown. How is everything feeling this morning?
It's always a good reminder how rough this rally will be, so it's always a small shock, to be honest, but everything fine so far.
That means it was a big shock. That means he's gone out there and learned a few things, and he's been surprised. Was his mouth open?
We saw Danny Sordo on the podium last year. It was a good rally for Hyundai, second and third last year with Neuville and Sordo up there. Neuville, of course, winning the year before. Danny is loved here, naturally. He loves this event.
Danny Sordo's first attempt here, 2004 in a Mitsubishi. He's done it, he's into double figures, this is about his 13th attempt.
He's one of the most experienced drivers we have, certainly.
And I think it's that level of experience that one, you need to have. You need to know of this place. And two, you need to understand it and know, as Thierry Neuville says, the balancing act. Where to push, where to get your foot down, where to go fast, and then the other places where to look after the car.
So that's done. Danny Sordo completed on his first run. We've got 7 drivers through on our Shakedown stage here. Rally number 200 for Jari-Matti Latvala then.
It's an incredible milestone, isn't it, when you think about it, 200.
first glimpse of him.
Still chasing the championship, still has that in his mind, in his heart.
Let's head back then to the stage end and join Danny.
Danny, sorry, good morning. Back in Argentina, how do you feel about being here? Helmet off first. Back in Argentina, what's the feeling like being back here?
It was nice, but very difficult condition this year. I think very, very sleepy and tricky places. We already see in Shakedown, like some places really, really sleepy for some parts, and let's see what we can do.
Yeah, they're all coming in and thinking, yeah, okay, I've seen the weather, now I've driven the stage, and I know what it's going to be like. I've got a better understanding of what Argentina's got to offer this year. Now, do I adapt or do I not? Do I just say, I don't care, I'm driving the way I do and the way I understand? Or am I thinking again? Am I having second thoughts about what I've got to do in order to do well?
10 kiviurassa oikealla vasen 3 pitkä ylinypyn. 110 vasen 1.
As we said, it is rally number 200 for Jari-Matti. He'll be very much focused, though, not so much on that number, but on trying to do as best as he can this weekend. It's the slowest time through on the board, 2:39.2.
He and Danny in need of catch-up results, in need of catch-up.
And he's 9th in the championship right now, Latvala, and it's not been the start he wanted. He's put his hands up to that. Things have gone not the way he planned, but things can change in an instant in this championship, as we've seen so many times over the years. He's got what it takes to win here. He knows that. We all know that.
He has 18 wins to his name, but over 200 events. That's the thing. You need to get 18 together in a patch over a couple of seasons.
Jari-Matti, good morning. About to start your 200th rally. What an achievement. What would be the best thing to come out of this weekend?
Yeah, to have a weekend that we could enjoy and get a good solid ride. That is very, very important, and so that is what I'm looking forward to from the weekend. So I must say, 200 rallies ago, or no, 199 rallies ago, there was a big names in the same starting list: Colin McRae, Tommy Mäkinen, Juha Kankkunen, Carlos Sainz. Names are very different these days.
Yes, they certainly are, but a great deal of nostalgia. You know, we were talking about this rally back in the early 2000s and all those names on the board. Okay, Teemu Suunanen now then. Had a really strong event in Korska, didn't he? And it was very impressive from him there, really mature drive. Seen a tweet this morning from Rich Milliner, who's team principal over at M Sport. Teemu talked very much about the monkey on his shoulder, didn't he? That was Rich Milliner during the weekend. Well, there was an image of a cuddly toy monkey which was in the car this weekend.
Very good. Boy, and they don't like my jokes.
Okay, Teemu now through then, here in Argentina. Welcome along if you are just joining us this morning. We've got 9 drivers who safely completed their first runs on Shakedown. No dramas out there so far this morning. It's all gone pretty cleanly. Teemu's time 2:41.5. So the quickest run on run 1 of Shakedown is Tänak with a 2:34.9. Then it's Neuville, Meek, Ogier, Sordo, Lappi, Evans, Latvala, and then Suunanen.
It's never been a great place for M Sport down the years, Argentina, I don't think. I reckon Carlos Sainz is the only one ever who wanted for M Sport way back in 02.
There's the monkey. See the monkey?
Thank you. We'll move on.
Morning, Teemu. You have last year's experience to lean on. What sort of results are you looking to get this weekend?
Yeah, we try to get the clean rally and not to destroy the car, but in the same time we need to get good pace. So for sure it's going to be a difficult rally.
Could you tell us about the monkey?
Yeah, it's now moved from the shoulders to the top, but still watching me.
Just a reminder that the team are watching. I like that.
Yeah, they need to get that monkey sponsored.
Monkey Milliner Monkey. Okay. Don't forget then, you're watching Shakedown right now, but to watch all the action this weekend, you need to join us on All Live, and believe me, the action is going to be fantastic. This is a legendary event. Make sure you sign up for All Live and watch with us all weekend. I can't wait for the stages to get cracking. And we start this evening with a super special stage.
Extremely difficult to predict. Way out of the ordinary, so illogical, so different to difficult to say who's going to win, and notoriously awkward. And it's going to be a little bit messy, Chris Meek says, as well, because of the weather. Perfect weekend. Perfect weekend,
no, absolutely. But you know, this event, and you know, we're seeing it now with so many because the competition is so strong between our drivers. Just to say, obviously, it's a welcome back to Andreas Mikkelsen as well. We didn't see him in Corsica, but he's back in action here, and he's got a bit between his teeth, John.
Things to prove.
Fully motivated is Mikkelsen coming into this one. But this event throws up drama. You know, just looking at the visual images when we're watching on All Live, the vast landscapes. We're in big country here. And to watch them rally through it, it's something special. It really is.
You can build a case for the victory for the top 10 or 11. Every one of them has a chance, particularly now that these conditions are such as they are.
Let's find out how Andreas is feeling this morning then with Molly.
Andreas, welcome back. It's good to see you. How good do you believe your chances are to be fighting for a win this weekend?
I was hoping for good weather. We're last car on the road, so then it will be really nice. Now it's probably the worst starting position we can have. But I'll do my best. Let's see what's possible.
Yeah, it is going to be tough for the guys further back with these kind of weather conditions. But the weather is set to improve during the weekend. We have sunshine forecast for Saturday and Sunday as we switch now to WRC 2 Pro.
Just had a word with Gus before he went out, and we agreed that this shakedown stage would be, well, not the word that he used by the time he got to it, but we decided this stage would be very experienced and well used by the time he got to it.
Gus will be putting all of that learning into full attitude this weekend. We've seen him progress so much as a driver over the past 18 months.
Well, here last year.
Yeah, the way he handles things, you know, the maturity in his drive, it's really starting to show now. And consistency of pace, not just on a couple of stages, he's able to keep it going throughout a whole event, which is key. So that's Gus then, safely through. That's 11 drivers through on Shakedown. First run, remember, this morning that we're live for. But we are live on All Live across the whole weekend. Every stage.
A few things to think about on the way down here to the stop control. Just be replaying the stage in his mind and comparing it to the way he thought it was going to be. It was a very tense atmosphere in the Shakedown. There was a lot of people with expressions on their face that said, let's just get this done.
Yeah,
find out what it's all about.
It's kind of the unknown, isn't it? What is the stage going to be like after all the rain that's fallen? Let's find out from Gus.
Morning, Gus. It's good to see you back here. What are your thoughts on what people are referring to as perhaps the toughest challenge of the year?
Yeah, that was tricky. There was things that I found in there that I didn't expect. So yeah, it's a way to start the morning. But a few little issues that I think we need to go and fix. But yeah, it's okay.
So some things you didn't expect out there. Okay, so there's the classification so far through Shakedown. Remember, it's just run one, of course. So it's Tänak, who was the quickest driver through with a 2:34.9. Then Neuville, Meek, Ogier, Sordo, Lappi, Mikkelsen and Evans. Through to Latvala, Sunanen, and then our WRC2 Pro, Gus Greensmith. And we're going to hear from Ott Tänak, who was quickest through the stage, with Molly a little bit earlier. Let's hear from him.
Hi, good morning. Tricky conditions for this year's Rally Argentina. How tough will the challenge be this weekend?
I guess we've seen what's been happening last couple of days, and I imagine the Friday will be kind of survival, so it will be a big challenge. After this, it looks sunny, so it should be quite enjoyable. But yeah, I guess to start with a proper stake on Friday will be interesting.
There we go, the man himself saying it will be a challenge. Okay, well, as you are joining us, of course, Shakedown just finished. Now, as expected, I suppose, Ott through their fastest, won 10 stages of almost exactly the same setup of Rally Argentina last year, so we were expecting him to go through quite fast.
Yeah, and he came here saying that expectations this weekend, he can't be any lower than what he had last year. As you said, he won, so it's going to be difficult, though. He's, you know, third on the road, so the conditions now favouring people at the front. So Neuville has a good road position. Neuville's up for it. He's won here before. It is going to be difficult. It's going to be so tough. That road didn't look bad, though, on Shakedown, if I'm honest.
Yeah, not as much water as we were seeing. Obviously, it's been absolutely pouring here. The storms have been coming in, but not as much water as even you and I expected.
Well, no, a lot of these stages are sandy based, and it's like going to the beach. It absorbs it down. It'll get messy for the people further back, but people first on the road, our championship contenders, our favourites, are going to have a small advantage.
Okay, well, of course, you are with us on Facebook Live. We will be on All Live from around about 6:15. Remember, that's local time. So local time here in Argentina, we will be live from on All Live. Then Friday, well, it's 7 stages. It's 2 loops of the 3 stages, and then we head around the theme park for that in-between stage. Then Saturday, plenty more action as well. And then on Sunday, it is the 3 stages, El Condor, and it will be the battle down to see who takes home the 2019 Rally Argentina win. Okay, well, if you want to join us on that and you haven't signed up already, WRC Plus, WRC.com, they're the places that you can go to sign up and join up with All Live. Now, remember, we will be covering every single bit of action. Myself, Julian, Bex, John, Emir, and of course, Molly will be across everywhere. Julian, you're even going out on stages tomorrow, so we'll be getting every bit of action, won't we?
Yeah, I think they set me out on the worst day, potentially, but weather-wise, but it's going to be some drama. It really is. I'm looking forward to it.
He's got the best kind of waterproofs, that's why. Okay, well, make sure you join us a little bit later on, and thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live. See you later on. Good morning, Rally fans. How are you? Welcome to All Live. This is Sébastien Ogier.
All Live is the best thing to happen to this sport since Colin McRae passed his driving test.
We've had live TV before with rallying, and you have it maybe once a weekend or twice a weekend, but All Live's every single stage, 30 hours of footage on a rally weekend. You just can't get enough of it as a rally fan.
Now you can watch that stage and you can watch as the drama unfolds.
We get into the service park, we get behind the scenes, we get interviews that you may not get. This is a new generation of watching rally as it happens. You live and breathe every moment.
WRC Plus, All Live.